heralds trumpeted in a new season and sounded a new challenge for the world champions.
How about them Cowboys? We are going to three-peat. We are going to make history.
Indeed, by winning a third straight Super Bowl title, America's team would write a sparkling new chapter in their glorious history. The focus was sharpened by star players, a visionary and progressive owner, and a new inspirational head coach, Barry Switzer. The team pledged to sacrifice body and soul for a shared goal, a goal that meant shooting for the stars.
Every play, baby, every play, do or die, every play.
We're a football team that when you think about having the Aikmans and the Irvins, the Emmett Smiths, Charles Haley on the field at the same time, I might never get to be a part of something like this again.
We're going to believe in each other, okay? No matter what. Let's play football. Defense on three, 1, 2, 3.
The Cowboys opened in Pittsburgh, where they humbled a Steeler team considered the AFC's best. The versatile Dallas attack flew around like Supermen and soared past the best defense in the AFC.
Play action fake, throws it in the end zone for Johnston, diving, what a catch by Johnston!
The best defense on the field and in the entire NFL turned the black and gold black and blue by registering 9 sacks, including 4 by number 94, Charles Haley. Haley's opening game barrage proved to be a barometer for a superb '94 season, a year where the All-Pro defensive end totaled 12.5 sacks, the second highest in the NFL. Number 94 did the down and dirty jobs, the little things that meant a lot, hustle plays that produced turnovers for both teammates and himself.
Great effort by Charles Haley. He's knocked off his feet, and he has to get up and then chase the play all the way to the corner, but he never gets up on it and strips the ball away, and the Cowboys do avoid a bullet. They get it back.
Week 2 brought the Oilers and a routine 20-10 Cowboy victory.
Aikman deep ball, his man is there. It's caught at the 15. It's Harper in for the touchdown.
Monday Night Madness caught the Cowboys red-faced and flat-footed against the Detroit Lions. Dallas rebounded from their first defeat with a convincing rout of the Redskins. The opportunistic defense limited Washington to 110 yards, and the offense scored 34 points.
And a handoff, Smith on a delay up the middle, a couple of great blocks, including one at the goal line from Larry Allen. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Victory over the Redskins was followed by buddy bashing as a Cowboy steamroller flattened the Cardinals.
Flips it right to Johnston at the goal line, and he steps in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Big play.
Aikman pump, throws it in the end zone. Ball is caught. Michael Irvin caught it for the touchdown. And Davis kicks off. Kevin Williams at the 12, brings it left at the 25. There's a hole. 35 to the 40. 45, the kicker to beat left sideline. And he's bringing it. And he's home. And it's a touchdown for Kevin Williams.
Then just outran everybody else. 87 yards, he brings it back.
A vital part of the Cowboys' 4th victory in 5 games was their pride and joy, special teams. This landscape was the province of Chris Bonio, John Jett, Bill Bates, and one of the NFL's premier return men, Kevin Williams, number 85. The special teams displayed the flat-out team speed that characterized the Cowboys. It was the catch-up speed that chased down an opponent's fastest player. It was flying to the perimeters of the field to make tackles. It was 275-pound Russell Maryland, number 67, never quitting on a play. Or it was linebacker Darren Smith, number 59, tracking down a sweep. These bolts of lightning turned games around in an instant.
Tipped interception to Darren Smith at the 10. He'll run it in. Touchdown, Cowboys.
How many times can they keep coming up with plays?
Week 7 brought a showdown for sole possession of first place in the NFC East.
Cunningham back. Haley coming underneath. He throws the ball. It's picked off at the 40.
While the defense was inspirational, the offense needed some inspiration.
Hey, we out there lackadaisical right now. Eric, we need to hustle our ass on the field, get in the damn huddle, call them, play, come off and bust these in the mouth. There's enough of this bullshit right now. Defense out there playing their ass off early, and we put them in this kind of bad position. Come on, Cowboys!
Aikman back, looking to his right, standing, throws it to Novacek, touchdown to the post. This is fake. Aikman fakes the snap, throws it in the end zone. Alvin Harper is all alone for the touchdown.
The 6th victory in 7 games was aptly clinched by Barry Switzer's proud defense.
He stops, he pumps, he throws it in the end zone. It's intercepted by Larry Brown.
While Cowboy fans were up in arms, Weegate saw farewell to arms when Troy Aikman was injured early. Rodney Peete stepped in, and the Cowboys stepped out as the playmaker scored twice.
Oh, look it, throws it in the end zone, up in the air, tip, caught, touchdown! Oh, what a catch by Michael Irvin! Peete back, blitz, throws it down the left side, turn around, oh, what a catch! And here goes Irvin down the left sideline, and he's in for the touchdown. 65 yards.
But just as the Cowboys were beginning to bestride the NFL world like a colossus, these idols almost got feet of clay against the Bengals. Even with their general back, the Cowboys had to rally from a 2-touchdown deficit. Aikman filled the Cincinnati skies with footballs, and Alvin Harper and Michael Irvin jumped out of Riverfront Stadium to get them.
It's a touchdown! Throws it for Irvin, right side of the end zone, up in the air. Touchdown, Cowboys. Oh, what a clutch play that is.
That is big. Whoa, that is really big.
The Cowboys' 5-game victory streak reached 6 against the Giants.
And Aikman with a play-action fake, bootleg right, looking for Galbraith, running to the 5. Touchdown, Aikman. Sliding. Aikman gets the touchdown himself.
The 38-10 triumph was primed by the defense which strangled the Giants. Even the opposition gazed in wonderment at the destructive power of this defense, a defense which proved all season long why they were the NFL's best. The defense was based on speed, not size. But in the hitting zone, they delivered at big caliber, not small bore. It was a defense that contained 3 All-Pros and 1 player, Tony Tolbert, number 92, who should have been. The line of Tolbert, Haley, Maryland, Lett, and Hennings produced an NFC high 47 sacks. The linebackers were Robert Jones, Dixon Edwards, and Darren Smith. The last line of defense included cornerbacks Larry Brown and Kevin Smith, number 26. A new star emerged from this unit, and his name was
Darren Woodson. Just week after week after week continues to make Pro Bowl plays.
Woodson and his mates were dominant all season, and they expertly transformed turnovers into points.
Steps, flips it right into the hands of Cody Colbert. How do you do? Cody Colbert with his first interception, the ball thrown right to him, 54 yards to his first professional touchdown.
All the heroes were Cowboys in Dallas, and fan loyalty had been rewarded with 2 straight championships. They were revered by the young and the not so young, and at Texas Stadium all that glittered was truly gold. Cowboy history is also golden, and here, old greats shine forever. However, not everybody loved America's team.
You know what we gotta do. Ain't no feet to the front. Let's go out there and kick somebody's ass like we know how. Turn this house down.
In short, the 49ers hated the Cowboys, but the long-range plans of Dallas were launched through the air.
Back to throw it out of the end zone, deep to the middle for Harper. Caught it in stride at the 45, midfield and breaking away. Chased at the 30, left to the 20, to the 15 with a stiff arm, down to the goal line, stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
But this game was determined by the fickle bounce of the ball. The second defeat of 1994 was a bitter and costly one. The following week, they took out their anger on the Redskins.
Kevin Williams takes this one at the 17, up the middle. Hole is there, 30. Coming right at the 40, beat the punter. 40, oh, he's got a man behind him, turns left at the 30. A foot race to the 10. Kevin Williams, touchdown, 83 yards.
The Cowboys won 31-7. And 4 days later on Thanksgiving, they faced the Packers with a third-string quarterback named Jason Garrett. Victory seemed extremely unlikely, but this game marked the 20th anniversary of even a more extraordinary event: Clint Longley's remarkable comeback over the Redskins. Could miracles happen again? There were many stars, but none glowed brighter than 5'9" Emmitt Smith, who ran for 133 yards, caught passes for 100 more, and scored a key touchdown.
Coming right to the 50, another downfield block to the 30, Smith to the 20, Smith to the 10, Smith hauled down at the 8, and Garrett.
Come and get it!
Garrett back, he throws it deep down the right side, Harper's all alone, runs under at the 15, Harper carries it in for the touchdown. And Garrett runs the draw to Smith, breaks a tackle at 15, coming left at the 10, rolling in with a Novacek block, touchdown Emmitt Smith.
Where did the Packers go?
Garrett, play fake, up to throw, deep to the middle. There's Irvin. What a throw and what a catch.
Oh, and what a day for Jason Garrett.
Is this a great game?
What a day. He's got to be loving this. He has got to be loving this.
The amazing comeback victory was fueled by many sources, but the engine was their magnificent offensive line. Although All-Pro Eric Williams was injured, Nate Newton, Larry Allen, and Mark Tuinei were overpowering. Their blocking allowed Troy Aikman clear lanes and clean deliveries. They paved the way for Emmitt Smith, who used the mow-the-man-down blocking to score 22 touchdowns, the third highest total in NFL history.
There's a block from Newton, and Smith will take it in for the touchdown. Oh, Nate Newton.
Championship City, baby! Yes! Cowboys all the way! Super Bowl number 3!
A giant step in their journey to a third straight World's Championship came in Philadelphia, where the Cowboys needed a victory over the Eagles to clinch their third consecutive NFC Eastern title. The defense played rock solid, while the offense glided on the wings of Michael Irvin.
I was running wide open down the sideline, and then he threw it. I said, oh, that ball taken forever.
A handoff, Smith coming right, a block from Newton, a block from Irvin. Touchdown, Emmitt Smith. And it was Michael Irvin's block.
When I looked up, I saw Mike, I saw him belly all the way back. Belly back just enough for you to get him. That's a heck of a block, dog.
The cream rose to the top in the last quarter when victory hung in the balance.
Nickel defense, 3rd and 6, hold your breath. Backs are split, he's back to throw. Pump, throws it right, intercepted at the 5-yard line. It's Woodson to the 20, up the left sideline to the 30, Woodson to the 40. Woodson might score. Woodson's going 95 yards. Touchdown Cowboys, no flag.
Great players make great plays, and a great team that played hard, gave great effort, and deserved to be champions.
The triumvirate of great offensive players played hurt in 1994. The quarterback endured a string of injuries. The wide receiver played through a strained quadricep. And the running back fought a serious hamstring all season. Emmitt Smith remains the NFL's most complete runner because he blocks, catches, runs, and sacrifices his body for the good of the team. Quarterback Troy Aikman is the game's greatest precision passer, and he's blessed with outstanding receivers like sure-handed tight end Jay Novacek, number 84. Aikman's favorite target is the playmaker, who caught 79 passes for over 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. Behind this unsurpassed threesome, the Dallas Cowboys went screaming into the playoffs.
3, baby, 3! You got that 3! San Francisco, here we go! Watch out, yo! Come on, Troy! We gonna get a touchdown right here, boy! Come on, baby, you're the man! You're the man! Let's go, Troy! Come on, baby! Take it on!
The flashpoint of this playoff game occurred in the first quarter, where the Cowboys backed up to their goal line.
Aikman, play fake to throw it out of the end zone. Deep ball to the middle. Here's Harper at the 45. He caught it. Left to the 40 of the Packers. Down the sideline to the 20. An inside move to the 10. He broke away. He scored. He scored. 94 yards.
Let's go! Come on, baby, take it out!
Aikman throwing it over the middle, wide open, touchdown, Scott Goldrick. That's who you throw it. Aikman handoff, Thomas up the middle, diving, touchdown, Blair Thomas. Up over the top of Mark Tooney, who leveled his gun. They've been waiting all year long to go play the 49ers in the championship game. It's exactly what everybody said would happen, and now it's going to happen.
San Francisco, you're next! Cowboys, we're going back to the Super Bowl! 3 in a row! San Francisco's going down!
Think about needing to walk out of here with a win. Let's walk out of this place with a win.
Do or die! Do or die, we're gonna do it, baby! Definitely gonna do it! Cowboys! Cowboys! 3 in a row, baby! 3 in a row, let's go!
Man, I'll tell you what, I got my ankles taped. I am ready.
From the opening snap, the NFC Championship slipped out of the hands of the Dallas Cowboys and into the waiting arms of the San Francisco 49ers. 3 consecutive turnovers led directly to a 21-0 49er lead and an early grave for the championship dreams of the Cowboys. Barry Switzer's team did not go quietly into the gloaming. Muddied and bloodied, but fired by blood and guts, the world champions slogged and slugged and refused to go down for the count. Time and again, Emmitt Smith pounded into the defensive heart of the 49ers, and the valiant runner scored twice before re-injuring his damaged hamstring. The call to battle was dramatically answered by Troy Aikman, who threw for almost 400 yards and continued his playoff run of sustained excellence. The Cowboy quarterback never gave in to the 49er onslaught, and neither did Michael Irvin, who set 2 playoff records with 12 catches for 192 yards and scored twice.
Zone to Irvin for a touchdown.
These proud champions died hard, and in defeat gained as much respect and admiration as they ever had in any victory.
This country, I think, gained a respect for our football team that, short of winning the game, you just couldn't expect any more. I know it was disappointing for everybody. Grown men do cry. But when we look back at it, it gives us a resolve, and knowing that, boy, when you get to 60 minutes away from a Super Bowl with the type team we had, it's so disappointing not to get there. I think we're going to have the opportunity with that kind of talent to be 60 minutes away from it again. The people that are our heart, the people that have the work ethic, the people that we look to make the big plays, we're going to continue to build around them.
The heart of the Cowboys is Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin, the all-pro triumvirate who hope to propel the Cowboys to another world championship in 1995.
Well, he's got a man down the left side. It's caught. Irvin's in for the touchdown.
Michael Irvin takes on a football game the way Michael Jordan takes on a basketball game. Everybody might know on a specific play, and it's going to be more so than ever this year because they're going to be without Alvin Harper to take pressure off him. They're going to have all young receivers other than Michael. He is going to be the guy. Michael Irvin, I guarantee you, 3 or 4 times in very big spots is going to do his classic 15-yard in cut, and he's just going to make catches that with 2 or 3 guys on him, Aikman's going to not be worried about throwing it into him, threading the needle. He's going to continue to make those plays. He eats up this game just for those moments when everybody knows, hey, the ball's going to him, he's got to score, he's got to do this. I think that the word money player was meant to signify Michael Irvin, especially in football.
At the very least, Emmitt Smith is one of the 2 greatest running backs of his era. You have to wonder about him a little bit because he has been banged up now in each of the last 2 seasons. I don't think that means Emmitt Smith is not durable. I just think it means the Cowboys need to get him a little help.
He has proven time and again that you can put whatever you want on his shoulders. He wants more. He wants to have the game on his shoulders when it's crunch time. He wants to have the 3rd and 6 carry where he's got to make 6 and he's going to make 6 yards in 1 inch. He wants that. He relishes it.
Puts his head down and drags the Redskins back into the end zone.
He's one of the few guys in football who you hear say things like, you know what, I want to leave footsteps. I want people to come after my records. You know, it's kind of fashionable now to say, yeah, I'm only going to play 5 years and then I'm going to go do something else. Emmitt's going to leave his body laying on the field. He's going to leave a lot of himself on NFL fields from coast to coast. That's just the way he wants to do it. In terms of football, I think right now his ability to run both between the tackles and to get 8 to 11 yards outside 4 or 5 times a game, I think just separates him from almost every back in the game. When he's on, when they're relying on him, he can do that almost every Sunday. Troy Aikman has the ability, not only in a physical sense, but really in an inner strength sense, to look at all the distractions around him and just to say, hey, I'm eating this up, and I'm going to kill this team on Sunday. He has that inner confidence where, hey, he can take the bullets flying around him. He can take the pot shots. He can be like Phil Simms and listen to everybody in a town be all over him and then go out and have an incredible game on Sunday. This guy can do everything that a quarterback in the 90s has to do. It's not just his mental outlook or anything. It's not that everybody on the team respects him. You've still got to get it done on the field. And I think last year, late in the year, he proved that he's as good as anybody in the game right now in doing that.
I think everybody that understands football in the NFL, and certainly the Dallas Cowboys, has a respect for him in that area. He's one of the reasons that when I get up in the morning, I feel good about the future.
On a day savage enough to make a St. Bernard whimper, they played the 1967 NFL Championship.
The operator said, very cheery, "Good morning, Mr. Rensel. It's 8 a.m. It's 15 below zero, and there's a 20-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the northwest. Have a pleasant day."
It is called Russian winter, the kind of brutal cold that made Napoleon and Hitler flee in panic from the doorstep of Moscow. But in Green Bay, it is called Packer weather. Here men conquer and laugh at the elements. Today, Vince Lombardi's Packers walk toward an unprecedented third straight NFL championship. Prisoners of the weather, the Dallas Cowboys wore the look of convicts walking the final mile.
Prior to the game, of course, we got there 2 days before the game, and there's a picture that I took of Meredith, and he had his hands cupped like this, and he was saying, easy money, you know, like the game was going to be easy. And if he'd only known, you know, how cold it was going to be, I don't think he would have said that.
You had no feeling in your hands. There's nobody that has an advantage in that kind of weather. That is cold. I mean, it was miserable.
It was so cold that when you literally walked outside, you couldn't take it. Now, you play in cold games most of the time, and it takes a while for you to get cold. But in this particular circumstance, the cold hit you like the moment you were out there. The band was out there, you know, to play before the game, and we looked over there and I saw like 15 guys in the tuba and trumpet section, and all their faces had blood all over. And what had happened, they were going out there to play, and the instruments stuck to their lips, and when they pulled the instrument away, it just ripped all the skin on their lips off. So everywhere you looked, you saw this kind of insanity going on. We go back to the locker room, and instead of going over our game plan and stuff, we're like trying to improvise and ad-lib on how we're going to get through the game. Forget winning the game, how are we going to survive the game?
The cold never came into my, never thought about the cold, because I wanted to win that game so bad.
I didn't feel the cold as much that day as I would have on a normal day. I was excited about the game. We had a great deal of emotion, a great deal of adrenaline running through our bodies, and we had a job to do. We had other things on our mind. And that particular day, we were worried about Dallas. We weren't worried about the cold.
With the Packers focused on victory and the Cowboys merely on survival, the first period took a natural course. A course that took Green Bay into the end zone. Twice Bart Starr hit number 86 Boyd Dollar with touchdown passes. And the Packers built a 14-0 lead in the second quarter. As icicles lengthened into stalactites, Cowboy chances for a comeback grew longer. Finally, the Doomsday defense drew a bead on Bart Starr and battered him. A touchdown by defensive end George Andre, number 66, and a field goal narrowed the score to 14-10 at the half.
The total momentum of the game had shifted over. Now, by this time, it's much colder than it was even at the start of the game. But we've gotten our focus and our concentration on the game itself.
The game huffed and puffed along and lost its steam in the third quarter. The cold became intolerable when Vince Lombardi's electric blanket installed into the turf to thaw the ground failed. Lambeau Field was an ice rink with a surface more suited to Hans Brinker and his silver skates than football players and cleats.
The field was like take a rug and put it over marble, or just maybe just play on marble, and you've got an idea of the field and what it was like in terms of traction. And I didn't really want to hit the ground. I didn't want to get hit by anybody, and I didn't want to hit the ground.
8 seconds into the fourth quarter, the frozen lips of Don Meredith formed a bold but risky call. A halfback option pass from Dan Reeves to Lance Rensel. The pass not only sliced through high winds and frigid air, but seemed destined to carve out the Cowboys' first NFL championship. The Cowboys achieved their first lead, 17-14. Trapped inside their igloo, the Packers appeared a beaten team.
When we came on the field as a team to start that drive, and this is most important, everybody in that huddle had the look that we were going to get it done somehow, some way, and it was the greatest feeling in the world. I felt that way, and as I looked into the eyes of the other players in that huddle, it was a great thing to see.
With 4 minutes 40 seconds remaining, the Green Bay Packers launched one of the most thrilling and dramatic comebacks in NFL history. They would have to travel 68 yards across a polar ice cap and through a defense determined to preserve their first NFL title.
I remember Boyd Dollar's head bouncing off the frozen turf when he caught a pass for a first down, and his head bounced 3 or 4 times.
The Packers' march centered on 2 unlikely heroes. Running backs Donnie Anderson, number 44, and Chuck Mercine, number 30.
They were alert enough at that stage of the game, cold and battered, to come back and tell me of ways that they could get open when they really were not the primary receiver.
The Packers plowed inside the 10 when they suckered Bob Lilly out of position by falsely pulling a guard, then sneaking Mercine into the vacated rush lane. At the goal line, the Packers' drive stalled. 16 seconds remained, and it was 3rd and goal when they took their final timeout.
2 other times earlier in the game, we had run a play which we call a wedge play, designed strictly for short yardage out in the field. It was also a goal line play. The problem was that at that end, the south end of the field, a shadow is cast down there late in the season by the scoreboard, and the field was really frozen. And so the backs could not stand up and even get to the line of scrimmage. So when I went to the sideline, I told Coach Lombardi the wedge play would work. I said, but the backs can't get there. I said, I'm upright. I can just feel my way in for a couple of steps and then just lunge in there. He said, great, run it. Let's get this thing over with.
It was too slick in that part of the field to do any kind of end runs or any kind of, anything other than maybe a straight ahead play or a quarterback sneak. I had told Jethro, I said, Jethro, I think they're going to come right at you or me, right up the middle. And I was trying to dig some holes with my cleats, but the ice was a couple inches thick. And I said, we ought to call timeout and get a screwdriver and dig us some footholes.
Here are the Packers. 3rd down, inches to go. To Bader. 17-14. Cowboys out in front. Packers trying for the go-ahead score. Starr begins the count. Takes the snap. He's got the quarterback sneak, and he's able to touch down. The Packers are out in front. 20-17. There's 13 seconds showing on the clock, and the Green Bay Packers are going to be world champions, NFL champions.
It's probably the greatest play in all the 15 years when he fell over for that touchdown, and we won that ball game. We knew we were going to win our 3rd championship in a row.
Vince Lombardi's Packers had won another big one. They had conquered both the Elements and the Cowboys to capture a record 3rd straight NFL title. It was a game that would literally become frozen in the memory. A game considered the greatest in pro football history.